This past NFL draft gave us 6 first-round quarterbacks, and today we are going to go through in Madden and try to see who is going to have the best career of these 6. We're going to simulate their careers from start to finish and see who can go and win personal and team accolades. Can anyone win MVP? Can anyone go out here and win a Super Bowl? There's a lot of expectations, and so far, this class has proven to be a really interesting one. Probably one of the more interesting QB classes in recent history. I mean, Jaden's looked good. Caleb, he's had a tough situation. Penix hasn't played yet. Bo Nix has had his moments. JJ McCarthy looked good before an injury. They all have interesting stuff. And Drake May, I mean, despite the dumpster fire that is the Patriots, he's looked pretty good. So it's time to see what these guys are going to do throughout the entire decade-plus long career. Will some of them flame out? Will some of them have long sustaining careers? Will they move teams? In year 1, we only have one playoff representative, but it's Jaden Daniels and the Commanders, as Jaden's gonna launch one deep, and he's got Terry McLaurin for the touchdown. And that's a fun way to start the video. We got touchdown for Terry. As, you know, I don't want to be reminded of what happened in the game last night. I'd rather just live in this fantasy world where Washington's winning. I made sure to, force win all of the teams that were starting rookie quarterbacks to have their current record. So I had Washington starting off at 7-3 at the time of the recording. They eventually fell to 7-4, but we don't talk about that. As Jalen Hurts is going to run it outside and fumbles the football. Out of bounds it goes, so it saves him. Now read option. Hurts going to go inside, and he's going to fumble it again, but this time it doesn't go out of bounds. And it's scooped up, and that's Mike Sainris still, and he's gonna go all the way for the touchdown. No one's even gonna come close. And Washington has a 2-score lead here in the fourth quarter. And now Eagles, desperation mode as Hurts. He's going to go outside to Goddard, and he's got a lot of room and gets knocked out of bounds. But these videos, for those of you who have watched the college football ones I've made, this is my first time trying something like this on Madden. But it's going to be fundamentally the similar concept as Hurts gets sacked, where we're only going to hop into playoff games. I'll show you the stats every year, show you the progression, and show you everything you need to know before determining whose career is the best, as Washington gets a 2-score victory. Now they got a 4-point lead at home here in the divisional round against Jordan Love. They get the sack, the stop, and now handoff to Brian Robinson, and Robinson outside for the first down to the 40-yard line. Washington could go up by 2 scores. Here's the RPO, is going to have a wide open man now at the 25-yard line. Daniels to throw, got time over the middle, and that's intercepted. 2 guys on it, and Edgerrin Cooper's got the pick. Love now given another opportunity, but it's third down. They're threatening to go 3 and out once more. Love is going to get sacked, and now they're going to have to pump the football away. And Washington, with under 2 minutes to go now, has been running the clock out, but they get stopped eventually. Now Love, this is probably your final chance. You're running out of time and running out of timeouts potentially. A catch there for the first down, hurrying back to the line now past the 30-yard line. First and 10 outside. That's going to be caught for a wide open receiver. He's going to get lit up and get the first down, but now we're at 50 seconds to play. Love is running, and he's going to get sacked. That's Frankie Louvu. Now you got a long way to go. Third down at 16. Love bailing out. The quick pressure got in, but there is no one to contain and spy on Jordan Love, who runs for an easy 20-plus yarder. Now there's just 20 seconds to play. Love, end zone, touchdown, Packers, and it's a 24-21 victory with a late score. Under 20 seconds to play, and that's going to be how it ends. Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix make the Pro Bowl, and Jaden Daniels has a pretty solid rookie season, and that's going to be an unfortunate way to end it. I mean, the secondary for Washington, we obviously know that's a bit of an issue, even though Sainris still's pretty nice. For all of you who really watch Washington football, you know guys like Benjamin St-Juste have not been very good this season. Drake May, Bo Nix obviously getting involved as starters. We had JJ McCarthy recovering from his injury. We carried that over. And Michael Penix on the bench, but going into next season, if anything significant happens, like a contract for them, we'll see if they're eventually good enough to get that big extension, that second contract after the 5th-year option. All that stuff is, you get into very dangerous territories when you're paying quarterbacks what would be $50+ million in just this long 4, 5, 6-year deal, but there's probably very likely going to be a situation where a quarterback does move. And then when you look at a guy like Michael Penix, they're done with Kirk Cousins. He's going to be the starter, so we're going to have an extra player going into the next season where we look at the playoffs and only one representative, but that's going to be Bo Nix and the Broncos at a tie game here against Tennessee, as Bo Nix is going to throw for the first down past midfield. There is 5 minutes to go. 24-24, he's getting hit, and he delivers that pass caught for the first down. 4 minutes to go throw now. Play action to Devontae Williams. And now Nick's rolling, running, throwing outside. That's a great throw on the run. And now Nick's got his team inside the 5-yard line. Back of the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos. And they got the lead, 31-24 with 3.5 to go. Will Levis, is he going to have anything entertaining for us to see? I want to see him throw some 360 through the legs interception, but instead he's actually just making good plays. Maybe in this universe, Will Levis has become a great quarterback as he's leading his Tennessee Titans. Potential game-tying drive outside, caught first down in the red zone inside the 15-yard line. Now they're inside the 10 on 3rd and 3. Levis outside, that's going to be intercepted, and just when you think Will Levis was going to have a clean drive, he throws a game-losing interception, and the Broncos move on. Now they are in Baltimore. Things just got a whole lot more difficult for them. On the road, down by 4 in a lower scoring game against Baltimore, throwing outside for the tight end as he gets chased out of bounds and eventually wrapped up by Kyle Hamilton. And now Nick's throwing slant route, going to be caught for the first. And now they're moving inside the 30. Field goal won't do it. You need the touchdown. Play action. Nix is going to go for the end zone. He's going to go for the lead, and it's picked off. And that is Kyle Hamilton. Can still get the ball back. Derrick Henry on 3rd and 1. You'd think that'd be game at that point, but you can stop Derrick Henry on 3rd and 1. You have a chance here. First down converted there. 2nd down and inches now. Midfield. Nix throwing over the middle. Caught for the first. Breaking a tackle. And he's going to have his team with under a minute to play. He's got to just keep things clean. Another slant caught for the first down inside the 25-yard line. Play action, throwing, and he's going to take the other shot, and it's going to be intercepted again. And Bo Nix, I mean, he was doing everything right, but once he got inside the 25-yard line, he just forgot all functionality and just tested the defense, and it's going to result in a playoff loss, but he does come out here and get a playoff victory this season, so just the second quarterback to do so. Caleb Williams, back-to-back 8 and 9 seasons. So I do wonder what some of these scenarios would be like if they played out like this in real life. If Caleb Williams had back-to-back, losing seasons, no playoff appearances in his first 2 years, I don't know what the narratives there would be, but I could say personally, I love me some Caleb Williams. I like a lot of these guys. Caleb, Jaden, Drake May, I like them. JJ McCarthy's cool. I'm not big Bo Nix or Penix fan personally coming out of the draft. I wasn't big on them, but Bo Nix has been pretty good, and I guess it were, to be determined on Penix in real life, so I'll be rooting, obviously, for Jaden Daniels being a Washington fan, but, I want to see a lot of these guys succeed. I want to see Caleb win a Super Bowl in-game and in real life, so we'll see if one of those things can happen. Or maybe Caleb will just be a bit of a disappointment in the game, but he at least makes the playoffs in this season, as does Washington, as does Atlanta. We got playoff action left and right, and Caleb's playoff debut is against the San Francisco 49ers. It's a 14-13 game, and the Niners got the football and already are in enemy territory with under 3 to go. Purdy throwing outside. That's going to be intercepted. It's Jalen Johnson, one of the best corners in the league, coming up with a massive play, and Caleb Williams now opportunity to maybe run some clock. Didn't do much there. He threw it away. Maybe could have ran it, but the defense is going to have his back with a sack there. 3rd down and 14. Just one stop, and you're probably all good to go at this point, as Purdy is going to get sacked. Montez Sweat got in there, and the Niners go down. Caleb's got a playoff victory, so now we move on to the AFC, and Bo Nix gets promptly handled by Josh Allen, and we got a little matchup between these two quarterbacks in this other wild card game. Washington, Atlanta, Penix versus Jaden Daniels, and Daniels already able to playoff victory. Bo Nix has a playoff victory. Caleb got one. Can Penix get his first, as Jaden's going to have the lead, have the football, and just punt the football away after a 3rd down failure, as Penix will throw over the middle. It's going to be caught. That's going to be Drake London chased down and finally tackled at about midfield, and now Penix with a very clean pocket, lots of time, finally finds an open man there inside the 40-yard line. 2-minute warning has hit. Penix to throw again over the middle, caught, and just receivers getting open left and right. 42 seconds to play, already on 4th and 1. Penix throwing end zone for the touchdown, and with just 30+ seconds to play, Penix delivers a victory over Jaden Daniels. Now, it didn't last too long as the Lions handled their business, destroying Penix and the Falcons, but it leaves us with only one guy left, and that's Caleb Williams against the Eagles. 24-24, 3 minutes to go. It's 3rd down and 20. Caleb running, being chased by 4 different defenders, and one of them finally brings him down. Just nowhere to go. Hurts with the ball back, threatening to go 3 and out, and they do just that, so they're going to have to punt the football back. 1.5 minutes to go. Caleb with another opportunity as they get it to DJ Moore for the first down. And now with just a minute 20 to go, throwing underneath, caught, and he's got the first down, it looks like, and timeout used. Minute 10 now. Williams outside, wide open man, and they're in field goal range with just a minute to go. Third down, handoff. DeAndre Swift, the former Eagle, gets the first down, and it allows them to run all the clock that they need to. Swift is going to get it down perfectly, and a field goal chip shot to go to the NFC Championship is up and good. Bears move on, one step away from Caleb going to a Super Bowl. Can Caleb make a Super Bowl in year 3? It's third down and 8, and he's got a first down, so he's got the ball. He's got a 4-point deficit. He's got a read option where he's going to get himself to the 30-yard line. First down, 2:16 to play. Caleb throwing. That's going to be caught, and on the run, he's got room to go for first down and more. Caleb throwing, rolling, and he's going to just fling one deep up in the air, one-on-one, and it's caught! Special plays being made, and now the Bears goal to go, throw outside, broken tackle, and he's in. Bears got the lead. Under 2 minutes to play, and the Lions got to score. Either you go to overtime or you got to win this game in regulation, but you cannot afford to come out of this drive with no points. Just a minute 10 to go now. Second down and 2. Goff underneath. That's going to be caught, and Jahmyr Gibbs spin move inside the 40-yard line. You're already just about in field goal range now. Second down and 2. Goff is moving, throwing. He's got his man inside the 20 now, and now they're thinking touchdown. Goff is going to get sacked. Montez Sweat with a massive play. Second down and 17. 30 seconds to play. Outside, caught for Amon-Ra, and they're going to just settle for the field goal try, and it is good. We got playoff overtime rules, so both teams are going to get a chance to possess the football, but the Bears got it first, and they're going to throw a strike past midfield. Caleb Williams at the 40 now. Play action over the middle. He's going to test a shot up in the air, and it's caught. How does Caleb keep making these throws and these receivers making these catches? Now Caleb rolling, running. He's going to go all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, and one stop away from a Super Bowl. Bears have to just do something on defense, but they got him on St. Brown. He was wide open, and he's going to take it, and now we're in sudden death. Both teams have scored a touchdown, and there's 6 minutes to go in overtime. Time is irrelevant. This game's going to go until there's a winner. So now the Bears have to pump the football. Lions with the ball back. Next scorer wins, and they got a big play to start their drive past the 30-yard line. First down and 10 now outside. That's going to be caught, and another first down. Field goal will do it, and they're in enemy territory. Couple plays away from field goal range. Throw outside. That's going to be caught on the fringe of field goal range. It's third down and 8 from the 40. Goff is going to go outside. It's caught, but out of bounds. And the Bears are going to catch a break. They don't want to try like a 55-yard field goal for the win. They're going to punt it. Trust the defense. And now second down. Caleb running. He's going to get the first down and more 35-yard line. It's going to quickly become third down and 1. And they're going to hand the football up to Swift. Swift dancing around, and he's not going to get it, and they're going to punt, and we have already gone through an entire overtime period. The punt is received by the Lions, and he's met quickly, and the ball pops out, and the Bears pick it up, and they're going to scoop and score for the win, and that ball came out very late, but it was a fumble, a clean one, and the Bears are going to a Super Bowl in an improbable ending. That game almost went to 2 overtimes, and now Caleb Williams has to deal with Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Of course he does. It's 31-28, and the Chiefs have the football after stopping Caleb in the offense. Pacheco for the first down past midfield. Hand off to Pacheco again, and he's got another big chunk run, and they're in scoring territory. Third down and 7. Mahomes is moving, is running, is going to throw out of bounds, so the Bears are going to get a chance here. Field goal try is going to be up and good, so you're going to need a touchdown. But the Bears have 2 minutes, and Caleb Williams can already cement his legacy, getting a year 3 Super Bowl win against Patrick Mahomes on a game-winning drive, and he's off to a good start with the first down grab for Rome Odunze. Under a minute to play, and the Bears keep on rolling in Chiefs territory. Timeout used. 49 seconds to go. Second down and inches. Caleb throwing, and that's a big strike inside the 25-yard line. Now we're down to 20 seconds. Third down and 10 after a couple of incompletions. Caleb rolling, throwing out of bounds. No one got open, it seemed, as now 4th and 10. Game on the line. Caleb looking, throwing somewhere. He's got to get rid of it, but no one was open, and he's going to go out of bounds, and the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, as there was just nothing Caleb can do. I wanted to take another look, and there was just no routes going for the right side of the field. The Bears didn't have any time to really get tackled in bounds, so you had to get to the end zone or get out of bounds, and there was just no routes on the right side of the field. I don't know if Shane Waldron was still the offensive coordinator like he isn't anymore in real life, but that was, I would say, not the best of play designs to have an in route be the only thing really to get open, but it's over the middle of the field where the clock would keep running. You needed an out route, you needed something up the sidelines, and I don't know, only 3 routes as well. It looked like that was a questionable play call, but it looked bad on Caleb's end from our perspective, but I mean, not a good play design. Maybe he should have rolled right, but still, I think he could have done something a little bit better there. Maybe I'm just defending him a little too hard, though. All the quarterbacks are finally starting, playing, doing their thing, and Caleb, already a Super Bowl appearance. And look at Michael Penix. This dude just loves slinging it, 20-plus interceptions. I mean, if you were a starting quarterback in today's NFL and you threw 44 interceptions in a 2-year span, I don't know if you'd ever get another chance, but Michael Penix is still going to get a few more opportunities, it looks like, and maybe that's just the nature of the offense that they're running down there in Atlanta. But all these quarterbacks, starters now, you know, getting a little bit better. Caleb and Jaden being really good. Bo Nix is really good as well. Though I do have to say the overall and the progression of these players is really curious, because like Bo Nix is like an 88 overall and he's not even a top 10 quarterback in the game, which is a little interesting. And you have like Caleb and Jaden not even top 5s, but I don't know. The overall just maybe seems to be a little bit jacked. Maybe in a future video, if we do something like this again, I got to tune the sliders a little bit. But I just wanted to run everything at base to see how it worked for our first time. They got Caleb in the playoffs against Seattle. So can Caleb go back to a Super Bowl, make another run here as they are up by 3? And Seattle with the football, swatting it down. 4th down and 5, going for it here. And they're going to have a grab right at the marker. And they say no first down. I really don't know about that one, and the Bears catch a massive break. I would like another couple of looks at that, but we're going to move over. Jaden Daniels down by 7 against the Saints, and Daniels with a big run. He's going to have an enemy territory as Jaden's going to have a QB draw, get through, and he's got the first down past the 35-yard line. 3 minutes to go, 2nd and inches, throw outside. That's going to be caught for the first down. Now they're in the red zone, so Jaden moving his team down the field as he's going to throw for the end zone, wide open, touchdown, and Washington's going to tie this thing up with 2 minutes to play. Throw outside now, it's going to be caught, and there's Chris Olave, and Olave on the run, and Chris Olave is going to go all the way for the touchdown, and it didn't take long for them to respond. Now under a minute to go, 4th and inches, throwing, caught for the first down, and Jaden is running out of time. 1 timeout to go, 45 seconds, and Daniels is going to move and get hit as he's throwing, but he completes the pass, broken tackle too, and he's going to get to the 26-yard line, so that is a massive play. 1st and 10, 35 seconds to go. Daniels is going to get sacked, and that's a backbreaker. Time is running out. You're down to just a Hail Mary. I don't know if he's got another one like Chicago in him. Throwing it up and intercepted. No Hail Mary this time. That sack really derailed them. They ran so much time off the clock because of it, and one massive play to Chris Olave later, and Washington's bounce in the first round. Chicago gets firmly dealt with. Caleb's first playoff victory came against the Niners. Niners came back for revenge and took him out comfortably. 3-score game. No playoffs for Bo Nix. Penix for Drake May. I mean, he hasn't been able to do much of anything no matter how he's played. I mean, he's played up and down. He's had his moments, but also at the same time, I really don't want to blame him because the Patriots just, like, I was, periodically checking in on the rosters. That team was making like no big moves or anything. Like I would have showed you guys if like some superstar receiver, like if a CD Lamb or a Jamar Chase and AJ Brown like joined one of these teams for fun. Didn't happen. And JJ McCarthy, hey, look at both him and Penix hit free agency. Penix does get an extension. The Falcons still stick it with him. But JJ McCarthy moving teams. I guess the Vikings weren't thrilled, and they're gonna let him go to the Seahawks. Seahawks just came off a playoff loss. I guess they want to bolster the quarterback position to get a guy who they think can lead them maybe on a deep playoff run. Now you have to wonder, maybe a little butterfly effect here. what if that play call against the Bears in the playoffs, what if they got the favorable spot or just the correct spot, they go win that game? Do they feel the need to spend money on a quarterback? Do they feel the need to go out and get J.J. McCarthy? Well, where does J.J. McCarthy end up? Weirdly enough, the Bears are going to go and have a winning record and miss the playoffs. Washington wins the division with a losing record, so that's unfortunate. But Washington, I guess they proved maybe they do deserve to be in the playoffs. They win a game, not two, though. They scored a late touchdown. It was a 3-score not beat down, but comfortable win for the Packers. So not much happened that season, but interesting that you missed the playoffs with a winning record that Caleb Williams did, but Washington was able to make it with the losing record. Drake May, he ends up playing a really nice season in year 5, but the Patriots still stink. Like, they still stink. There's not really much you could do. J.J. McCarthy, I mean, getting acclimated with his new home in Seattle. Bo Nix, it seems like he's kind of plateaued, which is something you'd expect. Bo Nix isn't some super high ceiling player, but he's putting up good years year after year. Michael Penix no longer throwing 20 interceptions. And now we're at that point where contract extensions are on the table. Jaden Daniels gets a big one for Washington. Well deserved. He's been pretty good. Not been able to get to like a Super Bowl or anything. Someone who has, though, Caleb Williams, also well deserved. He's gotten to the Super Bowl, not quite able to win it. We have Bo Nix. I mean, fair to extend him. He's been pretty solid for them, and you know the Broncos haven't had the strongest of rosters, but he's won a playoff game. Jalen Hurts is the new quarterback for the Patriots. I guess they were sick of Drake May. Well, Drake May gets to go and sign a little bit less money, but like kind of like a prove-it 3-year bridgey quarterback type of deal with the Cowboys. And J.J. McCarthy is sticking around on the Seahawks. Michael Penix still on the Falcons after their, you know, free agency endeavors. So Drake May in the division of Jaden Daniels, no playoffs for him, but Jaden Daniels does make it, along with J.J. McCarthy being the 1 seed for the Seahawks. So McCarthy finally getting things going. And now we have Jaden Daniels against Bryce Young and the Panthers. Bryce Young has become the legit quarterback for Carolina, and we'll see if he does that in real life. As Daniels 17-17 throw on the run. What a throw! And now in the red zone, 2nd and 14, Daniels throwing an interception, and that's going to be dropping back in coverage. That was Dallas Turner. Yeah, he didn't work out in Minnesota, but he's working out in Carolina, it looks like, and now maybe only prolonging the inevitable. Washington forces the 3 and out and gets the punt in good field position. The run game's already got him in good field goal range. Handoff once more, and he's just holding on to that football and running ahead inside the 10-yard line. Goal to go. Washington able to just run up the clock as much as possible, get it down to just about 15 seconds, kick a field goal. It is good, and now you're down to one opportunity. Bryce Young throwing one deep, and it's gonna be caught, and he's gonna go all the way. That's Adonai Mitchell for the touchdown, and the Panthers have made a bunch of nice signings to help this team out, and it's going to get them all the way to the 2nd round in a heartbreaking defeat for Washington. It's another year where Jaden Daniels did his job. He went and scored the touchdown to tie it or take the lead, and his defense lets him down in the last moments. Caleb Williams, speaking of letting things down, he's letting the ball hit the ground, and now the Green Bay Packers got it, but a stop is going to just settle for the field goal, and Green Bay ties this one up at 28. And now 2 minutes to play, 3rd down, Caleb throwing, and it's almost intercepted. He almost gave that right to Green Bay in great field position. Now the Packers, Jordan Love's got the football and a screen set up for the 1st down. Green Bay, 1.5 to go, maybe 20 yards away from field goal range, and they're going to throw an interception. Chicago's got it back, and now running across midfield, past the 40. He's being chased by the offensive players, but they're not going to get him until the very end, and he's going to get a pick 6 with 1:20 to go, and now Jordan Love has got to come out on the field and do something to try to make up for the fact that he just threw what could be a game-losing interception, a game-losing pick 6 as Love. Now he's going to throw just a straight-out game-losing pick, and it's going to be Bears winning this one. And some of the ugly turnover issues Jordan Love has at times come out, and the Bears win the wild card round. Now they're taking on Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay has got themselves a nice quarterback that they drafted in recent years. I don't know who he is. He ain't a real dude, but we're going to see if he could come out here and outduel Caleb, as they're going to have to settle for the field goal try. Kick is up. Kick is good. 20-13 as the Bears 3rd down and 5, throwing one, and that's a diving swat. Great job. The Bears opt to punt the football, trusting the defense. I mean, it worked out for them, getting pick sixes and interceptions and turnovers and everything against Green Bay. But right now against this Tampa Bay team, it's not working out. They're already at the 40-yard line, and another run to seal this game. Rachaad White has got it, and the Bears punt the football and never see it again. Bears are out, moving on to the only other team left. We got J.J. McCarthy and the 1-seed Seahawks out here against Carolina, who had that miracle touchdown to knock Jaden Daniels out. So can Bryce Young pull off another, probably what would be an upset, as it's going to be a throw cut for the first down and a lot more inside the 25-yard line. Now 3rd down, McCarthy is going to get rid of it, and he saves a lot of potential lost yardage, and it's going to be a field goal try for the 2-score lead with under 2 minutes to go, and to basically seal the game. McCarthy does his thing to get to the championship game, but it does not go well. This Tampa Bay Buccaneers team knocks out both Caleb and McCarthy. So that's going to be Tampa Bay going for the NFC, and all these quarterbacks now have to look around and think, well, what next? Because Caleb Williams locked up long-term and Jaden Daniels locked up long-term, and obviously when you're getting paid 50, 60 million, that's less money to go around for the rest of the roster. And it seems like no matter what Drake May does now in Dallas, I don't know if he can make the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy, now he's a bit of a threat. He makes the Pro Bowl, has a winning, really successful season. Bo Nix, I mean, he's been a little rough for Denver recent years. It hasn't been quite as good. Michael Penix is just existing at this point. I mean, he's still slinging interceptions left and right. Not quite 20 a season, but still quite a high amount. Jaden and Caleb among the best quarterbacks in the league. And we're going to see if maybe Jaden can this time get to a Super Bowl. Caleb can get back. Drake May, I mean, he's a pretty good quarterback. I just think he's just being trapped in these awful situations. Michael Penix, he just hasn't gotten anything better than normal development. I mean, the normal development's obviously going to cap you a little bit, but he hasn't performed at a level to really increase that development trait or really do anything to help himself out. Bo Nix is a really high overall, but the Broncos just aren't succeeding. And Washington, 1 seed, Bears, 2 seed, and the Falcons are going to get stomped out by Carolina on the wild card, so Penix goes 1 and done. So now we're going to focus on Chicago here in a 9-3 cold game in Chicago. Bears defense gets off the field once again. They've done an amazing job. Caleb play action, 3.5 to go, taking a shot deep, and in between 2 defenders, Roma Odunze breaking the tackle, and a touchdown, and finally end zone scoring, as that's going to be the only touchdown needed to win that game. And I said things were cold in Chicago before in that Eagles game. Well, it's a whole lot colder against Arizona. Now it's snowing in a 14-14 game. One step away from the NFC Championship as Arizona is on defense. And now it's going to be hard to see some of the field markers, but it is a first down there inside the 30-yard line, handing it off. And he's running through all the way inside the 10-yard line as now Chicago running the clock, running things down, keeping the ball in their possession. Field goal try with 30 seconds is good, and now Arizona midfield Hail Mary tries. They're not even going to get it off. It's a sack. Chicago waits in the NFC Championship, and they will be taking on one of the next 2 teams, Washington, Carolina, as it's a rematch. Bryce Young trying to do it again, but Jaden Daniels trying to hold them off. They got the ball, they got the lead, and Daniels has the first down. A field goal or a touchdown very likely ends this game and doesn't give them an opportunity to have some Hail Mary miracle, as 2 minutes to play. Daniels is going to get sacked, but they're in field goal range. Kicker is going to nail the kick, and with under 2 to go, Carolina's not able to do it this time around, and we have Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams in the NFC Championship. I mean, it couldn't be any more better than this. The 2 quarterbacks, the 2 top guys in this video, going head-to-head in a big-time game, as Daniels trying to go to his first, Caleb trying to go to his second. Both these guys without a ring. Nobody in this video with a ring quite yet, as Caleb has got a tie game, throwing up the seam inside the 20-yard line, threatening to take this lead. 3 minutes to go. End zone. He's got the touchdown, and now all turns to Jaden Jaden Daniels to try to tie this game up with 2.5 to play. Daniels outside. He's going to have it past midfield, and the catch and run is going to help them a lot past the 40-yard line. 2-minute warning has hit. 3rd down and 1. Play action. He's going to go. And so swatted away. And now 4th and 1. Play action. Daniels is going to just tuck and run. I don't know if that was a design or he just improv, but he got the 1st down regardless as Daniels is going to throw. And he's got the man wide open. Broken tackle. Make it 2. Touchdown Washington, and we're tied up. We very likely could be going to overtime. Minute to play. Caleb is going to throw an interception, and it's going to be taken the other way, and Washington is going to go all the way. Caleb could bring him down, and they just did that. Caleb Williams threw a pick 6, and he's just going to lose this game if he can't pull up a miracle. 30 seconds to go, throwing, and it's going to be caught. 1st down, but you're running out of time. That's your last timeout. 20 seconds to go, under that now. 2nd down and 10. Kayla is looking, is going to run and get brought down. There's no timeouts. There's not no time. Washington is going to the Super Bowl, and Caleb Williams has thrown Jaden Daniels into a chance at a ring. When a quarterback makes the Super Bowl, obviously they're not eligible for the Pro Bowl, but Jaden Daniels did still make it. He got credit for it. He just obviously isn't participating in it because he's getting prepared to potentially win his 1st ring and be the 1st quarterback to do it, but he's getting sacked, turning the football back to the Ravens, who have a 7-point deficit. Lamar Jackson, I mean, what a dream Super Bowl matchup this would be. Lamar versus Jaden Daniels, 2 of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league, as it's going to be an incomplete pass. They're going to go for it on 4th down with 2 minutes to play. Lamar is going to tuck and run it. Lamar has it past the 40-yard line, and now dropping back, and he's got a deep drop. Time to throw, and a pass outside caught, turning upfield, and he's going to have it inside the 25-yard line. Minute to go. Lamar is taking a deep drop, getting sacked this time around. 4th down and 22. After a 3rd down sack, Lamar is looking, throwing, and he's got it caught, and he's turning upfield for the 1st down, fighting, and he's got the touchdown. What an effort to get the end zone, and they're going to overtime in the Super Bowl, and Jaden Daniels is going to break out of 2 people, and that may be the greatest incomplete pass I've ever seen. 3rd down and 1, and I know that was just an incomplete throwaway, but that saved the drive, and now Jaden Daniels has the chance. As you remember, Super Bowl is the same as playoff overtime rules. Both teams will get a chance regardless, but if you score a touchdown here, you very well could be winning the Super Bowl just like that. Jaden Daniels delivers, and now it's up to the defense that has let him down time and time again. Can he come off the field and watch his team end the game? Well, Lamar's not going to let it happen so easily. He's sliding already in enemy territory. He's running wild, throwing outside, caught wide open, man, touchdown, and it's now sudden death. Again, a big moment where the defense lets him down, and now Jaden Daniels with the triple option gets stopped, and the Ravens have the football, throwing underneath, caught for the 1st down, and the defense needs a stop here. Lamar throwing middle deep, he's got it, he splits the defense, and he's gonna go all the way. Touchdown. Lamar delivers the game winner in the Super Bowl, and Jaden Daniels goes down in a heartbreaking loss once again. And this is just a tale of 2 quarterbacks, it feels like, whereas Caleb Williams is suffering heartbreak, but it's like self-inflicted, where he's throwing the pick 6 or he's failing, and then Jaden Daniels is suffering just this involuntary heartbreak where he's just watching his team allow a Hail Mary, allow 2 touchdowns in overtime, allow a big play to Chris Olave, allow everything, and it's just such a odd discrepancy between these 2 quarterbacks, where one is just being tormented by a bad defense and one is just tormenting his team by throwing a pick 6 or making a bad mistake. Which one of these 2 or one of the other 4 is going to be able to do it? Someone's got to win something. We can't go this whole video with no MVPs, no Super Bowls, and no nothing. We got to have one of these guys do something. Imagine with how good this quarterback class has looked in real life if none of these guys ever achieved a Super Bowl or an MVP or something significant like that. Michael Penix, I mean, he was already like the oldest dude and he's already regressing. I don't know what's going on over there with Michael Penix. He's not looking too good right now. The Broncos are back in the playoffs, by the way, so good for them. And the Cowboys, look at that, Drake May is in the playoffs. That's great to see, as we didn't know if Drake May was going to be able to get this far, but he finally finds himself in there. But the Buccaneers have become like an absolute powerhouse in this simulation. Now screen dumped off. That's going to be caught, 1st down. touchdown and a lot more. And it looks like Drake May could just not touch the football again. 2 minutes to go, 3rd down and 16. They're going to blow it up. But, I mean, you're going to be in field goal range. Kick on the way. It's good. And unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys are going to score a touchdown right at the last second. But it's not going to matter. You score a touchdown with no time left. You didn't get really a chance to go and come out here and have a game-tying or game-winning drive, so defense let him down there. But the Buccaneers are just such a good team. Bo Nix now taking on the Bills, and he's throwing a pick, Diane Henley, and now the Bills have it on offense. This is not a Josh Allen-led team. I don't actually know who the heck that is, but it ain't Josh Allen. I don't know, maybe he's hurt. What's going on here? But Bo Nix is going to get an opportunity down by 4. Can he pull up a game-winning drive himself as Bo is going to get sacked? 2nd and 21, Bo to throw, and he's gonna get sacked again. It's 3rd and 31, make it 4th and 31, and Bo Nix is going to take the shot deep. You had to, but that's gonna be game. I mean, offensive line got to do a little bit better than that. And the Bears, meanwhile, they steamroll the Cardinals. Cardinals have been involved in the playoffs quite a bit. And the Bears, they got another matchup against the Niners. These two teams have faced off twice previously. The Bears have won one, and the Niners have won one. Who's going to win the third matchup as 17-10, and the Niners are driving. Purdy dropping back, screen set up, and he's going to get sacked. And 3rd and 17 for Brock Purdy. He's going to throw one middle, caught, broken tackle, but he's got to have a 4th down try. 2 minutes to go. This could be your game here. Purdy is going to go get swatted away, and the Niners now needing a stop to come up here and have a chance, but the run game is going to put it away, and the Bears moving on to the conference championship, and they could be facing off against Washington again. But Washington's got a matchup against Tampa Bay, and these Tampa Bay Buccaneers are so good, but Washington's got the lead, got the ball, and now they're going all the way inside the 20-yard line. Now Jaden Daniels trying to end this game with a touchdown, and the handoff is going to do just that. Jaden Daniels has taken his team back to a conference championship as the Buccaneers score at the very end. Once again, it's not going to matter when you score 10 seconds to play. Washington, Chicago, and a shocking result, 23-0. The Bears, Caleb Williams puts on an all-time stinker and loses to Washington again. And this narrative that is being crafted is awful for Caleb Williams, and Washington's facing the Raiders. I don't know how the Raiders got Patrick Mahomes, but Mahomes just don't want to go away. Washington's up by 6, and they have the football after a stop. 4 minutes to play. They waited to the Super Bowl last year, came up short, but look at that play, breaking tackles. He's breaking another one, and he's going to go all the way inside the 40-yard line. Washington can maybe get a 2-score lead here, but they're getting sacked. 3rd and 17. Now you need to get back in field goal range at least. Daniels is looking, rolling, and he's got nowhere to go. He's getting brought down. Now Mahomes has a chance with 2 minutes to play, and doesn't matter if he's on the Chiefs, the Raiders, or whatever team. It's Patrick Mahomes in the clutch in the Super Bowl, trying to get ring probably number 400 as he's throwing outside, caught for the 1st down. Minute to play, now make it 30 seconds to go. Underneath, caught for the 1st down, and now he's inside the 15-yard line. Mahomes is going to tuck, he's going to run it, and Patrick Mahomes scores with 14 seconds to go. Not again, not the defense letting him down again. 14 seconds, and a shot over the middle is caught. You got 11 seconds to play, and you need a field goal. Daniels taking a shot deep. He's got 1-on-1. He's got it inside the 20-yard line, and Washington in field goal range. Kick is good, and it doesn't matter if the defense let him down. He was so good, he didn't let it happen. Time after time, the defense let him down, but this time you gave him 14 seconds, and that was all Daniels needed to get his team into field goal range. And he is the first to get a ring, and potentially the only one, and he got through Caleb Williams to do it. So now the pressure is really on Caleb Williams, and even the rest of all these quarterbacks. I mean, this isn't just Daniels versus Caleb, but I mean, that's the main two here. The rest of these guys haven't been succeeding quite to that level, and obviously when 6 quarterbacks go in the first round, they're not all going to be hits, and they're not all going to be superstars. Michael Penix is looking a little rough, and we've had some inconsistencies from Bo Nix, some lack of team success from Drake May. McCarthy, after that 1-seed season, hasn't really gotten back to that level yet, but Caleb has gotten in the mix every single year. Caleb has been getting playoff wins at a very consistently high level, just hasn't been able to perform in the big moment where ultimately what will happen is they'll lose the game, and it'll be maybe because of him. Michael Penix, meanwhile, he's on the Browns now as like a backup quarterback. It's all over for Michael Penix, it looks like, as a lot of playoff action for our quarterbacks. It's Drake May versus Jaden Daniels. So Drake May, back-to-back playoff appearances, doesn't have to run into Tampa Bay this time, but he is running into the defending champs and a division rival as he's got a 3-point deficit with the ball. 3rd down and 1. May throwing middle. He's got it inside the 30-yard line. Now he's going to be inside the 20. Handoff. He's going to have it for a 1st down, and time is running down. And can Drake May pull this one off and prove that he is here to be a star quarterback and can go head-to-head with Jaden Daniels and maybe win a Super Bowl, as he's going to get the touchdown, and the pressure put on Jaden Daniels one more time. He's got a minute to go, and can he take him all the way down the field? Daniels running for the 1st down. Now exactly 60 seconds to play. Daniels over the middle, caught and turning upfield for the 1st down. Now to about midfield, timeout used. He got 1 left, 30 seconds to go. Throwing, and that's going to be caught again. Daniels moving his team down the field, 25-yard line, under 30 to go. Strike over the middle, caught inside the 5. 5 seconds to play. Daniels back in the end zone, and he did it again. Jaden Daniels has made it happen in the clutch for a playoff victory. Let's move over to Bo Nix. It's been a while since Bo Nix has had any sort of great success. I mean, he made a Pro Bowl back in year 1. He had a playoff victory pretty early on, but can he get one here for Denver? I mean, it's been rough for him, as a 2-score lead is going to be no good on the field goal, so it's going to leave the door open. Can Bo Nix do it? He's been, a little turnover prone in these key situations that we've seen him, as he's going to have it past the 40-yard line, caught for the 1st down, and now inside the 30. He's going to drop back and throw, looking, getting sacked. And it's 2nd and 20, make it 3rd and 20 with 35 seconds to go. A lot of time, but no one is open. And now it's 4th and 20, game on the line. He's just going to throw it underneath. And that is game. Bo Nix not able to do it for Denver, so no playoff victory for him this year. And we move over to Chicago, as they're going to be throwing one deep middle, caught, and Caleb Williams delivers all the way for the touchdown. These two teams had a low-scoring battle in Chicago last time around, and let's see how low-scoring it's going to be this time. Sack here, 4th and 11, got to go for it, minute and a half to go. Throwing one deep, and that's going to be caught for the Eagles, and the Eagles are going to go all the way for the touchdown. It's 14-14. Suddenly we got some offense here. Minute to go. Caleb is looking. He's going to load up and throw a deep ball wide open. And now we got an offensive explosion here. 3 straight touchdowns in just a handful of plays. Philly, it's their turn. And a big grab there. Broken tackle. And he's running down the sidelines. He's going to get brought down at the 25. And now the Eagles, 30 seconds to play. Throwing outside. Caught. Pylon. Touchdown. And now it's 21-21, and we are in overtime. Caleb looking, throwing, intercepted! Caleb, no, he's gonna do it again! Touchdown, Eagles! And Caleb Williams has done it again, but not for the right reasons. And it's a pick 6. The Eagles have won it. And Washington, meanwhile, 31-17, a comfortable victory over Arizona. And now we are in a game. Tampa Bay, Washington, trip to the conference championship on the line. Washington getting a sack here. Daniels, what magic does he got in him? Play caught for the 1st down, close to midfield. He needs a touchdown to tie it here with 2.5 to go. Daniels is looking. He's going to throw one. Caught. And that's an incredible grab with 2 to go. 2-minute warning has hit now. And he's got a wide open man. Touchdown. Washington tying it with 1.5 to go, and Tampa Bay out in the field, caught, and right at the marker, they give him the 1st down. 2nd down and 4 now, just over a minute to go. Passes caught, and he broke that tackle, and that's a big one for Tampa Bay. 40 seconds to go, and the handoff is going to be good for the 1st down. They run the clock and kick a field goal. It is good. And you can see that playoff run for both teams really just described what this has been like. Washington, when Daniels was presented with the big moments, delivered a game-winning touchdown with seconds to play against Dallas, delivered a game-tying touchdown, and watched his defense let it go and not go to overtime. Caleb Williams, meanwhile, he got the ball in overtime and threw a pick 6 to lose the game. So it's, maybe the defense could have done a little bit better for Caleb, but at the end of the day, he threw the pick 6 in overtime. He made that mistake. Daniels has been doing quite the opposite and has been just watching his team fail. And it'd be a different story if Caleb, scored a touchdown, defense allowed a score, and then, he couldn't do everything. He couldn't put the team on his shoulders and the defense failed, but that didn't happen. Daniels, Caleb, now they're at the point where they're regressing. It means they're running out of time. Daniels has already cemented himself. He's already got the Super Bowl. He's got the success. Caleb has a narrative to shake off. And if Daniels now can go and win another Super Bowl, maybe something could be really talked about here, winning multiple Super Bowls. Bo Nix, meanwhile, he's finally going to depart from Denver, and he regressed pretty heavily. Michael Penix, at this point, isn't even on an NFL roster. Neither is Justin Herbert, which is interesting. But Bears, Washington, both in the playoffs. Denver immediately is like a 2 seed without Bo Nix, which is funny. And Washington, Chicago, they steamroll the wild card round, which means round 3, can Jayden Daniels do it again to Caleb? He's got a strike and already scoring a touchdown with 4 minutes to play. And Caleb, this is probably the most defining drive of his career. He threw a game-losing pick six the first time. He threw a stinker and got shut out the second time. Third time now, he's got the ball in spot with a chance to win this game in regulation. It's up to Caleb to shake off that narrative just a little bit as he's got to play inside the 40-yard line, first down. Under 3 to go. Caleb dropping back. He's looking. Got his man underneath. Tight end. First down. 25-yard line. 2 minutes to go. Bears are taking their time. And throw outside on the smoke screen's got it for the first. Inside the 15 now. Handoff is going to be a nice one. Fourth down. Field goal try is up and good. And they did their job to get this to overtime. Jayden Daniels throwing underneath. That's going to be caught. And big gain there. 45-yard line now in enemy territory. It's going to be a handoff on third down and 3. And he's not going to get it. And now the attention turns to Caleb. Can he do it? He's getting sacked on 3rd and 17. And this could be it for Caleb. He's going to look. He's going to move. Throwing. He's got it. First down and a lot more. Caleb Williams delivers a big play. Now close to midfield. Any score would win as Caleb throwing outside. Got it, and he's close to field goal range. They're right on that line. It's 2nd down and 4. Throwing underneath. He's got the first down and a lot more as Caleb's got his team in position to win this game. Can he finally beat Washington? Handoff is in! Caleb Williams finally takes down Washington, but he's not done yet. He's got a conference championship, a 2-score lead, a touchdown with 4 seconds to go. It's going to make it a 1-score game, but it's not going to matter. Caleb is going back to the Super Bowl, and he's got a Broncos team that was seemingly held back by Bo Nix, as this is a pretty bad indictment on him. As soon as they let him walk, they go and make a Super Bowl without him, as Caleb's got an 8-point lead, has the football, and can just do what he can to just go and get a 2-score lead, hold on to the ball, chew this clock, and not choke this thing away. 2 minutes to play, handoff. He's going to go inside the 10-yard line, so the Broncos are going to get the football back, but will it be down by 2 touchdowns? The handoff, yes it will, touchdown! And with a 2-score lead late in this game, the Chicago Bears have finally done it, and more importantly, Caleb Williams finally got over the hump, finally won the Super Bowl, finally took down Jayden Daniels in the playoffs, and it took him a long time to get there, but it was a long stretch of narratives and chokes, bad decisions at the end of games, but finally, in the moment, when he got to overtime against Jayden Daniels, he led the game-winning drive. He led the game-tying drive to get them there. He led them down the field to get them to the spot where they can ice the game against the Broncos. So, I mean, at least for now, you can't even really say too much because he won a Super Bowl. Now Caleb and Jayden both have made 2, won 1, and we have a couple of more seasons to see who can maybe get a second, make a 3rd Super Bowl. Can one of these other quarterbacks do something as they're starting to regress and, teams are maybe starting to give up on them? Because Bo Nix, I mean, he's a backup now. So now Penix out of the league, basically. He's been a free agent. Bo Nix in a backup role. These other guys still starting, but for how much longer? We have Washington, the 1 seed, Chicago down by 7 here as the defending champ's going to go out in round 1. Chicago is going to watch Arizona drop back and throw a deep ball caught, broken tackle. tackle, and a touchdown for Arizona with 4.5 to play. And now it's going to be desperation for Caleb if they want to go and repeat. Throwing one, caught for the first down, a lot more. He gets by. That's bad pursuit angles from the defense, and he's going to be tracked down all the way inside the 15-yard line. 4 minutes to play, and you got a chance now as Caleb going to go. And so, back shoulder, great play. And Chicago, now they're going to go for 2 and try to make it a 6-point game. They get it, so now a touchdown and an extra point win it, but they need a stop. 3rd down and 1. They get the stop, and Caleb has the ball with 2 minutes to go. 3rd down, Caleb looking, throwing, got the first down, and if he could pull this one off, that'd be incredible. 1.5 to go. Caleb is going to go middle, caught, first down, and a lot more. Timeout used, minute to go. Caleb looking, and he's going to get hit. It's 4th down, game on the line. 4th and 5. Caleb looking to throw, looking. He's getting chased and breaking out of a sack, but not 2. And he goes down. And despite the ending sequence, he had a chance and he could not do it. Washington, meanwhile, rolls to a conference championship and 1 step closer. Over a decade into their careers, I mean, this could be the last opportunity you have to make a Super Bowl run. And Jayden Daniels in the conference championship, who knows if he'll make it back here anymore, as Arizona 28-28, broken tackle, staying on his feet, and he's going to get inside the 15-yard line. 3 minutes to go, 3rd and inches, and he's going to throw for the touchdown. And Jayden Daniels has got to go and work some more magic for this team. 3 minutes to play. Jayden's going to look and run the football, sliding down. He's going to have it 2nd down and 1. Jayden looking, got it, 1st down underneath. He's going to keep this thing going. 2.5 to go, 3rd and 10. He's scanning the field for a receiver, and he's going to take the shot, but deliver a grab at 4th and 1. It's going to be close, and now Jayden's going to go and get sacked on 4th and 1. And that was a close call, but now Arizona gonna get the first down and win this game. And I mean, it took a long time for Jayden to just not be able to deliver in that big moment, but 1 yard short on that 3rd down, gets sacked on 4th down, puts up a lot of rushing touchdowns this season. But I mean, maybe we're in a little bit of an issue here if Jayden Daniels can't pull off a magical moment to get his team over the hump and get him into the Super Bowl, get him that playoff victory. It's going to be showing signs of them slowing down, as now Penix basically out the league. Bo Nix is done for after that disastrous Philly season, even though the statistics were good. I mean, they didn't win anything. And now Caleb, Jayden regressing. They're looking a little bit worse. They're still really good quarterbacks, so you're not really worried there. Jayden, though, 87 overall, is looking a little rough. Drake May, he's barely a starter. JJ McCarthy, same thing. So it's going to be the first time in a long time where I don't know if we're going to have anything for these guys, and we're not. No playoff appearances. Bo Nix didn't even make a roster. The other 4 guys, they didn't have bad seasons. They were the starting quarterbacks. They played. They did their thing. No playoff appearances, though. And I mean, Washington had made the playoffs for a long time consecutively. It was like 8 years, 9 years straight. Obviously, you're not going to keep that going forever. And for the Bears, I mean, they had a long streak going as well. So you see the signs of them slowing down, and they're older, they're a little bit less good, and they're having pretty expensive contracts at $60 million each. So Jayden, 85 overall, Caleb, 90 overall. Basically, maybe their last season of being competent. Drake May, now a backup in Tampa Bay, so you know, maybe he could finally get some playoff success as a backup. And McCarthy, a backup for the Jets. So we're down to just Caleb and Jayden as starting quarterbacks. And even though I never got a retirement notification for all these guys, like they weren't in the retirement section, they're gone, so they're retired. And now we move to the playoffs where Jayden Daniels does not make it, but Caleb Williams does. And how about one more run in with Arizona, who has battled Caleb a lot. Caleb's had a lot of matchups against Arizona. Really that old division he's faced off of against, except the Rams. The Rams have been kind of non-existent in this video, but he's matched up against the Niners. He's matched up against some of these teams. He beats the Cardinals here, so a victory, and now a game against Minnesota where it's a two-pointer. And Caleb, this is his last chance. If he can't come out here, win a Super Bowl, make a Super Bowl, I don't know if he's going to be able to really say he outdid Jayden in this video, as he's going to throw one deep, incomplete, punt the football away, trust the defense, 4 minutes to go, and a shot over the middle is going to be caught, broken tackle, and he's on the run to the 45-yard line, and now 3rd down and 7, handing it off, just trying to run the clock. He could have thrown it there, but they wanted to keep it safe, run the clock to about 2.5 to go. Caleb's going to get a chance, throwing over the middle, caught, and can he get a game-winning drive under his belt in the playoffs just for, you know, confidence sake and for the career resume, so it doesn't look so bad when it comes to his win-loss ratio in these clutch situations as he throws underneath. That's going to be caught inside the 40. You're basically, you know, in field goal range, kinda. Second down, you hand it off, and now you're really in field goal range inside the 20-yard line, and things are looking good. Now with a minute to go, goal to go, play action, Caleb throwing, touchdown, and he delivers the touchdown to likely win this game unless they allow some sort of meltdown, as it's going to be out of bounds on 4th down now. 8 yards to go. Basically, just got to throw one up and hope you get something. Tipped up in the air, incomplete. And Caleb is taking his team to a conference championship, and in his last maybe good season as a, you know, legit starting high caliber quarterback, he's going to go down in the conference championship. And with that loss, now you look at the situation in front of you and realize Caleb, Jaden might have played their last season of, I want to say, high-level football. I mean, they both had really nice and efficient seasons. So Jaden had an 85, Caleb had a 90. Now, Caleb down to an 87. He's still pretty solid. Jaden down to an 84. They're both still starters. But you're at that point where, you know, McCarthy, free agent. Drake May, free agent. They're basically out of the league. Caleb does not do all that good, like team-wise, I guess. I mean, he's going to have some, you know, win-loss records really hurting here as he's going to be on the downturn. Now at the point where they are kind of riding out probably their last year as a starter. So we're going to wrap things up, and we're going to get to the end where Caleb is going to have a, you know, increasingly worse season, as does Jaden too, not even throwing 20 touchdowns, and that's just going to be how their careers go, as now both of them are going to ride out as backups for the final year of their career. But thankfully, they didn't, like, just stick around till they're, like, 80 years old and make this video long and pointless. They just took 1 year as a backup, retired, and we're going to get into, you know, the final tally, the final info, what these guys did, their career stats, how they were able to perform in the playoffs, their playoff win record, their overall career win-loss record, and if it means anything to you, they did both make the Hall of Fame in the game with very identical legacy scores, so I don't know how much weight you carry there, but let's get into all the info right now. With these 6 quarterbacks, I really only had to break them into 2 tiers, and if you were to predict from the start how things would turn out, I don't think it's a shocker that Jaden and Caleb were at a tier of their own and were the 2 best. But as it relates to these other 4, I mean, Drake May, that's a lot of games played, that's a lot of losses, and I can say for May, he was just stuck on the Patriots for the first number of years of his career. Then he went over to the Cowboys, made the playoffs twice, had some winning seasons, but ultimately was just one of those quarterbacks who prominent, played a lot, kind of like a Derek Carr type of career where not a lot of playoff success, was a guy who was always good enough to be a starting quarterback, was never really the guy that you're actively pursuing or building your team around. And that's unfortunate because Drake May was obviously talented enough. McCarthy, he had to sit for a little bit in Minnesota when he finally did get his chance. The Vikings were pretty quick to move off of him after he didn't just like turn the franchise around after struggling a little bit. He went to Seattle, had a really good season, made a Pro Bowl, 13 wins, #1 seed, won a playoff game. And then after that, he lost in the championship game, and then just kind of coasted around 7-8 win seasons year to year. Didn't really do much. Bo Nix started really hot, was a playoff victory early on, Pro Bowler in his first season, and then he just plateaued. You know, Bo Nix, not the highest ceiling of quarterbacks. He just plateaued and then progressively got a little bit worse. He was a little bit older coming in. And speaking of an older quarterback coming in, Michael Penix had to sit for a year. They quickly moved to him. Dude for 40-plus interceptions in a 2-year span. Quickly started to realize that he wasn't a starting quarterback in the league, was a backup for a little bit, then just sat in free agency and ultimately disappeared, but he ended up with a playoff victory. Drake May, the only guy in this video without a playoff victory, so it's unfortunate for Drake May with 200 starts under his belt almost. And then you got the top 2, Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, very similar final results, but very different journeys to get there. Both of them 140, 141 wins. Both of them about 54,000 passing yards. Jaden Daniels more in the rushing, obviously. Caleb more in the air when it came to the touchdowns. Both of them 4 Pro Bowls. Both of them 8 playoff losses. Both of them 2 Super Bowl appearances. Both of them 1 Super Bowl victory. But the difference here was Caleb, despite winning more playoff games, kinda had a choking reputation. I mean, multiple game-losing interceptions, game-losing pick six at overtime, couldn't beat Washington multiple tries, whereas Jaden Daniels was insanely clutch, big plays and big moments, but he just had a bad defense and, you know, allowed a Hail Mary touchdown and a 60-yard touchdown, and his defense just kept letting him down time after time, an overtime Super Bowl, just a lot of unfortunate situations on defense, but when he finally was able to just be so good that the defense couldn't even cost him, he won a Super Bowl, had a lot of awesome moments, and I mean, you're given an edge here. I think if you're looking just for objective overall success, Caleb had more playoff victories, but I think Jaden Daniels had the better career, and I guess from a narrative standpoint, will be looked back on kind of more fondly. Caleb would probably have a bad reputation if it actually turned out like this, whereas Jaden would be held in very high regard. So you can let me know who you think had the better career, what you thought of all 6 of these quarterbacks throughout the course of this video, and let me know what you thought of this kind of video style as I tried something a bit different, going to Madden and doing something like this. So hope you guys all enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe, as all that stuff is super helpful, and I will see you guys all in the next one.